Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've been on a bit of a hiatus because I traveled for the PT, and I want to get straight back into things here. And yeah, today's a video about my trip to the Netherlands. The Pro Tour was in Amsterdam, and yeah, I experienced a bunch of cool stuff. So let's get to it. So the first day I was there, I had a nice day of sightseeing. My friend Brian Paris, he showed me around town, and it was awesome. We had lunch, nice walk. It's a beautiful city. I really love Amsterdam as a destination. Not all destinations for Magic tournaments are created equally, but this was definitely an awesome one. When I got back to the hotel, I played some Legacy and Tabated. Kind of cool, just the storyline of sitting there in my hotel room in my boxers, ordering room service, playing Legacy. Pretty cool. So that's how my trip started. All right. So Friday morning was draft time, and I had practiced the draft format, I would say a decent amount, not anything crazy. I just prepared for myself. It was fine. And I opened a pack with Toxic Deluge, as you can see on the stamp. And I had no idea Toxic Deluge was even in the format, but that card, like a 3-mana sweeper, must be very strong, right? So I picked the Toxic Deluge, I built a decent green-black deck, and I mean, it didn't exactly go super well. I like my deck a lot. I misbuilt it by a few cards. So in my pod, I had Chris Larson, my good friend, and LSV, my other good friend. So pretty tough crowd, but that's just how it is at a PT, right? I built a cool green-black deck. The draft was mainly like I picked up black removal, and then I got sent the green-black uncommon, the 2/3 with 4 mana adapt 2, and that was like my go sign to go into green. I end up with a pretty good deck, as I said. But you know, the competition is strong. So my first round opponent is my friend Chris, and in these games, I just quickly noticed. I mean, I'm way behind the best players in the world when it comes to limited. I lose in pretty convincing fashion. I miss some more onboard stuff. It wasn't pretty. I end up losing my next round as well, and then I salvage a 1-2 at the end. So yeah, welcome to the PT. So let's look at the other part of the tournament, which was Modern. I decided that I wanted to play something that's right up my alley. And I didn't want to spend a ton of time preparing for Modern. I didn't enjoy the games, like the new cards, the puzzles enough. So I just stuck to, playing the Magic I love, which is Cube, Legacy, stuff like that. Vintage for sure. So I ended up playing Prowess, basically just taking a list from online, tweaking the mana base a tiny bit. I believe I have a few more fetches in here to ensure that I have land for Delirium. But this list is pretty straightforward. We have the 8 good 1-drops, 8 good 2-drops. The energy package is Raptor, Amulet, and Discharge. So basically, you're looking to have like another angle of attack, which is basically use this Amulet to grind out the opponent. Amulet works with playing cards from Exile, so that even means playing like a plotted Slick Shot will trigger the Amulet and deal damage. Playing cards from Raptor deals damage. Playing cards from the Yard from Breach deals damage. Flashbacking Lava Dart deals damage. So that card overperformed in my opinion. I like the card a lot. My deck played out great. I end up going 3-2 in Modern on day 1, so that puts me at 4-4, and I qualify for day 2, which is pretty darn awesome because then you get to draft again and basically just more fun for your money, right? This list has pure mutagenic growth as, first of all, a racing tool in a format where killing quickly can be very, very important. And it's also good against opposing red-based removal spells. Round 1, I played against the mirror, so yeah, I could mutagenic growth, save some of my creatures, and yeah, it was a decent card. Sideboard, I tried to be very, very focused on like the tier 1 decks that I thought would be tier 1. So 4 Harsh Mentors to punish Nadu decks, 4 Magebane Lizards against Storm, 3 Blood Moons against Jeskai, mainly, and then just pick your poison as this, all-around good card. Gigant has a companion. I think that's still strong. My round 1 opponent did not run the companion, and had some solid arguments for why they didn't. So I don't know. I'm not a modern expert, but I had a ton of fun. So on day 2, I am sitting at 6-6, and my ManaTraders a monthly finals is about to start. So for those of you who don't know, ManaTraders is a rental service that is a sponsor of mine, and they have these monthly tournaments with 10K total up for grabs. So I figured this tournament would be around 60 or 70 people, and I had a tough decision to make. Keep on playing at the PT. If I 4-0 from that 6-6 spot, I requalify, which is not something I care too much about, but I mean, would still be cool. And if I had like a slightly better score, let's say 7-5, I would have played it out, but I decided to drop at that point. But right before this, I 2-1 my first draft. Very happy with that. Then I lost my first round of Modern, and that's when I made the decision to go home and go to the hotel and play ManaTraders. I did not do well in that tournament. That's how it is. I give myself a chance to do well. I decided to play the Magic that I enjoy the most, and that was this monthly finals. Didn't work out this time though. Okay, so this is a tough one because when I'm playing online on Saturday, I also watch coverage on the side, and there's this announcement by Huey Jensen. And Huey let us know that the greatest to ever sleeve up a deck of Magic cards, Kai Bude, is how to say that? His time might be running out. So they wanted to honor him by naming the Player of the Year trophy after him, the Kai Bude Player of the Year trophy. I love that. Absolute class act by Wizards, and Kai gave a quick speech about what Magic has meant to him, and that he hopes to play a few more tournaments with the time he has left. So that left me incredibly emotional. I decided to post a thread of stuff that Kai contributed to not only Magic as a whole, but also me personally. And yeah, I encourage you guys to go give that a read if you find the time. Find this Twitter thread on my profile. It's some very deep stuff because Kai motivated me and inspired me when I was a kid, and when I got older and I started to make some content, I would also always say yes and help me out in that regard. And I've only heard positive things about him from everybody of his peers on the pro level, and it's pretty rare from the other hobbies that I have, like different sports, etc. The best to ever do it, that comes with a lot of haters as well. But for Kai, it's only love, and that's exactly what I want to celebrate. So after being sad for a bit, I tried to turn that into positive stuff, and I knew I had to go there on Sunday and talk to him, and it was the same as always, smiling, happy. His sense of humor is awesome. He loves sports, so we talked about that a little bit. The day before, his national team had beat my national team in the Euros, so a lot of stuff to talk about there, and who he thought would go all the way and stuff like that. So very, very special to me, and I hope to celebrate him even more in the future. I'll have more of that coming up in a few weeks. I have something cool in the works, so definitely stay tuned for that one. So another cool thing I did while I was in Amsterdam was I was a guest on this awesome panel put together by Sahar Mahardi, who is a PhD researcher in mental health and gaming. So I care a lot about both. I care a lot about, taking care of my mind, being positive, spreading positivity around me, and I also love the game a lot. So it was an obvious that I had to say yes. So we basically had this panel where Sahar had prepared a lot of topics, and then we had an open dialogue. So as you see here, great picture of me, by the way. We have Emma here, and we have Daniel here, and we kind of combined as this. Like, Emma is in the content creator space, Daniel's in the more casual creator space, and I'm the competitive guy, you can say. So we kind of tried to supplement each other and try and find, healthy ways to approach the game of Magic, no matter how you want to enjoy it. Like, I'm grinding. A lot of people playing for fun at FNM. A lot of people are having this FOMO. We had a lot of topics, and I'll definitely let you guys know when the recording's out. Super cool talk. I also enjoyed the audience quite a bit. A lot of parts of the audiences were willing to, what do you call that? They were vulnerable, shared their story, and it was a great forum for sharing tough stuff. I also shared a little bit, and we basically encouraged everyone to find their own lane within Magic. It's easy to scroll social media and be like, oh, this guy's cute for the next PT. This guy won a challenge on the weekend. Like, I want to do the same. But that's not what it's about. It's about finding your own lane and making the most of that. So yeah, very, very cool experience. Then I was off to the airport. My trip had finished, and in security, I meet these two lovely gentlemen, two very good friends of mine, Andrea Mangucci, Marco Del Pivo. Those guys are just so positive when it comes to Magic. Like, especially Pivo, just look at that guy. I believe he finished 17th at the PT, so he lost a win-in. So that's always something I like to talk about. Like, did you lose a win-in, or did you come top 17, sorry, at the PT? And one is like negative and one is positive, right? It's an amazing achievement. I'm really rooting for those guys. They had a burger, they offered me a beer, and we hung out for a few hours. Always great talking to those guys. And with that, my journey was over. And yeah, it was very, very cool to be back. It turns out I have even more friends than I thought I had. So I must have left, positive. Must have left a positive note with people throughout the years, like old PTs, playing online, interacting on Twitter, all of that stuff. So right now I'm just very grateful for that. But I also realized that, hey, I earned it. I was a good friend. I was a positive influence. I was funny. I was good at Magic. I was a lot of things that put me in this position to be liked by so many great players and great persons. So that's what I'm taking with me home from Amsterdam. I qualified through the Mox. The Mox was definitely my big prize. This was a cherry on top, but it was a delicious cherry at that. Yeah, I want to go back if things shake up my way, but I'm not gonna what do you call it? I'm not gonna chase it. That's the word. I'm not gonna chase it. But if it ever happens again, I'll be very, very grateful. And until then, I'll be playing my Magic Online, which is the Magic I love, old formats, Legacy, Vintage Cube, Pauper, and that's basically my message today. Play the Magic you enjoy, and see where that takes you. That is going to do it for my PT Amsterdam recap. Thanks so much for watching. It means a ton that you're on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.